Okay. So in the last session, we finished, just let me overview about our Linux. We finished about introduction of Linux. What is Linux? It is an operating system. What type of operating system? Multi-user and multitask operating system. So how many types of operating systems? 3 types. Single user and single task. Means at a time only one user can log in and he can do only one task. Single user and multitask operating system. So only one user can log in at a time and he can do or he can work with multiple applications. And last one, multi-user and multitasking operating system. Multiple users can log on and multiple tasks they can perform working with multiple applications. The example for multi-user and multitask is UNIX or Linux. UNIX was developed by Dinesh. This is all we finished in the last session. UNIX was developed by Dinesh and the first version released in late 1971. And by default, Unix is CUI type interface. After that, Linux was introduced. It was developed by Linus Torvalds and it was released in 1991. So what are the different companies released Unixes? See here, I am opening one small document. Hold on. So that you can understand how many flavors of Unix and how many flavors of Linux. In Linux, we have 2 types of flavors, free version and then paid version. Free version as well as paid version. See here, this is the release versions of Unix. First research here. See, just follow my mouse pointer. So first Unix was developed by Dennis Ritchie and Thompson at Bell Labs. And from that Unix, so many distributions were released. These are also called as distros. Distros means distributions from different companies. The first version is known as BSD Unix, Berkeley Software Distribution Unix. From BSD, some other distribution was released, Sun Microsystem OS. Next step, Xenix OS from Microsoft. Xenix OS is also called as SCO Unix. And from BSD only, actually BSD is a paid version. From BSD only, we have free versions. FreeBSD, NetBSD, open source BSD. Okay, from this Unix operating system, there is one more flavor. See, Unix with GNU. GNU means it's a GUI interface OS. Unix with GUI. That from there we have Linux. Who developed this one? Linus Torvalds. And from Unix we have commercial paid versions are there. That is UNIXware, AT&T Unix, AT&T commercial Unix, UNIXware, Solaris, HPUX, AIX. You can see the companies also. HPUX from HP company. Solaris is from Sun Microsystems. Nowadays it is from Oracle. And AIX from IBM. IRIX from SGI. So these are the different distros of Unix operating system. Yeah, let me close this. Now, what is the architecture of Unix? So this part we did not discuss it in the last session. Today we are discussing about what is architecture, how can I interact with Unix. See, this is the architecture of Unix. What is the meaning of this? See, user 1, user 2, user 3, similarly user 4. Multiple users are working with same operating system. Multiple users are working with the same operating system. Hold on just 1 minute.
Hello? I can't hear anything.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, say here, this is the architecture of Unix. Here, multiple users working with same operating system, one operating system. Okay, and see, different users can work with the different applications. The first user working with Java, second user working with C, and third user working with Oracle, and fourth user working with Hadoop. Yes, somebody is asking, trying to ask something. Yeah, Arya Mishra, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, see, different people are working with different applications. Just don't feel complicated. It's very, very easy. We are working with Unix or Linux operating system. What is Unix or Linux operating system? Under operating system, can I install multiple applications? Java, C, Oracle, Hadoop, any course, any application, can I install it? Yes, all are installed. So whenever I need that application, can I work with that application? Yes. So this is what we are doing. But here what is happening is multiple users are working with multiple applications parallelly, not one after another one. Parallelly, the people can work with them. Why? Because Unix and Linux are supporting multiple users parallelly. And here we should remember one more point. See, this is application layer, applications. You can say Java, C, Oracle, Hadoop, application layer. Every application is invoked or it will be started by whom? Shell. From which, so first of all, we have to interact with the shell. In the shell, we are requesting about Oracle, or we are requesting about Hadoop. How can I start any application from shell? By submitting a request. The request is in the form of command. So shell is receiving request from user. According to that request, it is passing the request to kernel. Kernel invoke that application. It will verify in the hard disk. In the hard disk, it will verify the application is available or not. If it is available, then it will invoke the application. It will start the application. This is the actual process. Again, user wants to work with application, then make a request with shell. Then shell is communicating with kernel. Kernel is verifying the application is available or not. If it is available, then it will invoke application from operating system or hard disk. Understand exactly what is shell? In the last session, I explained a little bit about shell. Shell is interface between user application and kernel. Shell is interface between user's application and kernel. And shell is also known as a command interpreter. Within the shell, we can write commands also. Shell is also known as a command interpreter. It will execute the commands. What is the default shell? Say here, I want to work with command window. I want to work with the command window. In Windows, I want to execute some commands. So there is a line interpreter. This is a command window. This is called as a line, L-I-N-E, line interpreter. Default command window or default command interpreter is a line interpreter in Windows. Similarly, some different command interpreters are available. In Unix, default command interpreter is available. In Linux also, default command interpreter is available. What is the default command interpreter? Command interpreter means shell, default shell in Unix. Here is your information. Let us see. The default command interpreter is sh. The default command interpreter is sh. You can see here. What is a shell? Shell is interface between client application and kernel. What it is doing, shell translates users request, users data into machine language, and it is communicating with kernel. And finally, kernel is interacting with the hardware components. Kernel is interacting with the hardware components. And shell is also known as command interpreter. Why? Because it is executing commands. What are the shells in Unix? Generally, the default shell is called as sh. What is the default shell? sh. In the beginning days of Unix, the default shell is sh. So nowadays it is called as a C shell. Remember, nowadays it is called as a C shell. What is the beginning days of this name? The earlier name is sh. After that, different people developed different shells. According to your requirement, you can use any shell. There is one author, Stephen Bourne, developed one shell. It is called as Bourne shell. And David Korn developed one shell that is known as Korn shell. See, and I am giving default prompt symbol is dollar for Bourne shell. For Korn shell also, default prompt symbol is dollar. For C shell, default prompt symbol is percentile. What is? No, Christopher, this is the second session. And in the chart window, I please check the charting messages. You have downloaded video link. I posted one video link in the chart window. Please copy that link. If you hit the link, automatically you can download first video session. Yeah. Say here, Bourne shell, Korn shell. Okay. What is the default prompt symbol? What is a prompt? Prompt means the place where you are typing commands. The place where you are typing commands. All of you see here, I am opening command window. In Windows operating system, if you open command window, what is the default prompt? See here, this is the default prompt. In some cases, you can also see like this. You can also see like this. In some cases, we can see simply C:/greater than. This is the default prompt in command window in Windows operating system. So here, can I type the commands? Yes, you can type the commands. So dir is a command, cls is a command, right? So the place where you are typing the commands is called as a prompt. Similarly, if I open command window in Unix or Linux, what is the symbol we can see? If your working shell is Bourne shell or Korn shell, shell is interface. Command window name is nothing but shell. The default prompt is dollar. If you are working with the C shell, the default prompt is percentile. Okay, suppose right now you are working with the C shell. Right now you are working with the C shell. If you want to switch into another shell, what should I do? You can use these commands. If you are working with CSH and I want to move into Bourne shell, use BSH. From BSH, I want to move into CSH, then use CSH. You can use the commands also to move from one shell into another shell. So this is about Unix shells. And in Linux, we have default shell. What is the default shell in Linux? The default shell is bash. In Linux, the default shell is bash. So it was developed by Stephen Bourne only. The full form of bash is born again shell. What is the prompt symbol for this? The prompt symbol is $. And another shell is also available for Linux, that is TCSH, Turbo C shell. Turbo C shell. Okay. Generally, we have two types of interfaces. What are the interfaces? Command user interface, graphical user interface. In the last session, I told you, again, I am explaining that part. Hold on. See, okay, already I told you. See, this is the Windows operating system. I don't want to disturb Windows operating system, but I want to work with Linux. I want to work with Linux. How can I? In the Windows operating system, first install VMware virtual machine. You have to install VMware. See, it look like this. Are you able to see? VMware workstation already I installed. Start this. VMware workstation window was opened. In this VMware machine, means virtual machine, you should install any other operating system additionally. Means it will not disturb your default operating system. Additionally, you are maintaining a different operating system. Whenever you need, yeah, who is this? Somebody posted a message. Hold on. What are the minimum requirements for installing Unix? Kartish Kumar. Yeah. See, to install VMware in any operating system, it will be installed. There is no minimum requirement. Actually, to install VMware, we need very little, just 2 GB of hard disk. 2 GB of hard disk is enough. Don't consider these. These are different. These are the values reserved for Ubuntu. But I am talking about VMware. To install VMware, 2 to 5 GB hard disk, 512 MB RAM, 512 MB RAM. And this is it. I have 64-bit version. Here I have the software for only 64-bit version. VMware is completely licensed version I have, not trial version. It is a complete full version. You don't need to buy a license. It's forever. Okay. Now I am installing Ubuntu. Yes, I will give the software this to you. So once you are confirmed with the Durgasoft online team, for all the people, I will provide VMware, Ubuntu, and how to install this VMware and Ubuntu also. In our regular class only, I will explain. I will take the control of any one of you. Any one of you means any one of the students attended in the meeting. I will take the control of one of the student and I will show you the installation process. How to install VMware. After that, how to install Ubuntu. So before that installation process, I will give you the links. From that links, you can download VMware software as well as Ubuntu 64-bit software. Okay, yes. See, for install Ubuntu, what is the minimum requirements? Minimum 1 GB RAM. Minimum 1 GB RAM should be required. It's minimum. And minimum hard disk 50 GB. Minimum hard disk is 50 GB. Actually, I reserved 2 GB RAM, but 1 GB is enough. And hard disk minimum 50 GB. Actually, 20 GB is enough. 20 GB is enough, but it is better to maintain 50 GB. In the installation process, it will ask you how much RAM you want to reserve, how much inbuilt internal memory you want to reserve. Okay, so let me start this. Power on this virtual machine. Power on this virtual machine. So wait some time, it will be started. Before that, where we are, what we are discussing, we are discussing about what is a shell, what is the default prompt, what are the different types of interfaces. CUI interface. See, it look like this. You can't see any desktop. CUI means a command user interface. If you want to do something in the system, you should do through commands only. We don't have any graphical environment. That is a CUI environment. And what is the GUI interface? It looked like this. This is GUI environment. Don't worry, that bell sound is UNIX is ready. Okay, see, this is the graphical window. Let me maximize this. This is the graphical window. Instead of graphical window, what is the CUI? Yeah, let me show you two environments. Selecting Ubuntu is one of the user. Here I am submitting root 123. So now it is becoming ready. Instead of this environment, you can also have another environment, CUI. See, CUI environment look like this. So like Dinesh 51, welcome 51. See, and finally it will display dollar symbol. Dollar symbol. Okay, and see, let me clear the screen. Okay, here LS, display list of files. Display list of files. What is the current shell? Echo dollar shell. This is the current shell. We are working with, listen all of you, we are working with Linux. In the Linux, what is the default shell? Bash. Can I switch into TCSH? Yes. If you installed Turbo C shell, you can also, if you install Turbo C shell, you can also switch into TCSH. See here, greater than is the default prompt. Greater than is the default prompt for TCSH. See, if I exit from here, then you are coming into bash. Can I switch into CSH? Yes, C shell. What is the default prompt? Percentile for CSH. Percentile for CSH. Okay, and then exiting from CSH. Now you are in bash. So actually I installed all types of shells, different shells. That's why I am able to switch. If you want to install, if you want to switch like this, you should install different shells first of all. Otherwise you are unable to switch like this. Anyway, default shell is enough to work with your Linux or Unix. So this is completely CUI interface. So I am the user. I am communicating with the shell. Shell is communicating with the kernel. Kernel will communicate with the hard disk. Coming into GUI. Coming into GUI. Ask me later. Okay, this is the GUI environment. This is the GUI environment. It was not ready. If it is ready, it will show some icons here. Yeah. Close this. See, this is your GUI environment. In the GUI environment, how can I execute commands? You can execute commands like this. Open the command window. How can I open? Right click, open terminal. So user communicating with the desktop to shell communicate with the kernel communicate with the hard disk. Two different paths. See, in case of CUI, directly I can communicate with the shell, from shell to kernel to hardware components. In case of GUI environment, user is interacting with the genome desktop or KDE desktop, kernel desktop environment or kernel development environment. And see, shell from desktop, the request is going to shell. We have to open shell, from shell to kernel to hardware. Whereas in the real-time project, in the live environment, what is the interface? User working with Windows desktop, you have to open putty tool. In the putty tool, you should submit IP address of the server, username and password, and then hit on connect. Then it will open shell. From shell, you have to write request that is received by kernel, and kernel do something under server. Hope you understand. What is kernel? Just now we finished in our diagram. We discussed about shell, how it look like, what are the different prompts. Now we are talking about kernel. What is kernel? Yeah, kernel is an initial process. Remember, kernel is a process. Suppose you have a personal system. Before using personal system, you have to boot up. How to boot up? What is booting up? See, if you switch on your system, internally booting process will be started. What is booting process? It will start the required processes to make the system ready for usage. It will start the required processes to make the system ready for usage. So in that, it will start the required processes. In that processes, which is the first process? That is called as kernel. Understand? If you switch in Windows or Unix or Linux or Mac or any operating system, kernel is common. That's why see here. Kernel layer. Are you observing? Kernel layer is not divided, but shell layer is divided. Different people interested in different shells. Yes, I am interested in bash. Somebody interested in C shell. Somebody interested in corn shell. So shells are divided. Why? Because different people working with the different shells. But for all these shells, there is only one process called as kernel. Who is kernel? Kernel is the organizer for all these processes and applications. What is kernel? Kernel is a process. What it will do? It will organize, it will coordinate all remaining processes within the system. How it will organize? Internally, kernel maintains. Internally, kernel is maintaining one process table. What it is maintaining? Process table. Through that process table, it will organize all remaining processes. How it look like? I want to show you what is the process table, how it look like, and I am saying kernel is the initial process. What is the guarantee? Generally, people can ask me, sir, you are saying kernel is the first process. Where do I see that? We can see that. Come to here. Say here, I hope you are able to understand this, or little bit I want to increase. That's all. Now see, PS hyphen AEF to get all processes. PS hyphen AEF to get all processes. I want to see those processes in page by page format. See the first line. So this is the first process ID. Hope you are understanding, right? First process ID. There is no parent for this process. This is parent process ID. PID, PPID. First process ID 1, and for this first process there is no parent. And what is the name of this process? Init, initial process. What is the name of this process? Init. Listen carefully. If it was collapsed, means if this process was stopped, remaining all processes will be stopped automatically and system will be shut down. So init process was started from where? System binary. Init process was started from where? Init, yes, system binary, yes, bin. There is a folder or there is a directory. From that directory, this process will be started. It is starting manually or automatically? Automatically it was started. And it is the organizer for all remaining processes. Understand? Here K thread, don't be misleading. K thread means kernel thread. Kernel thread. Kernel is having this thread of services. Under kernel, these services will be started. That is managed by kernel. If you collapse this, if you stop this, automatically all processes will be stopped. How? I am showing that part. See here. So who will start the server? Who will stop the server? Who will start the server? Who will stop the server? Generally, administrator. Sudo init 0. Actually, what is the number of init? 1. Now I am making it as a 0. It is asking about sudo password. Sudo means super user. Who is the super user? Kernel. Here, I am submitting this. You are stopping init means kernel will be stopped. If kernel stopped, complete system will be shut down. System means Unix system will be shut down, not Windows. Let us see. Within fraction of seconds, you can see shutdown process completed. It was shut down. Understand? So kernel is the parent for all remaining processes. It will organize all other remaining processes. Okay, this is about Unix architecture we discussed today. So who are the different users, how to work with different applications, what is a shell, and what are the different environment types, and what is kernel. If I stop kernel, what is happening? Okay, now let me go for the next one. What are the different files available in Unix or Linux? What are the different files are available? See, actually file system structure. What is the file system structure in Windows? If I install Windows operating system, initially we have C drive. We have a C drive. And this under this drive we can operating system will be installed and default folders are available. These are the default folders. Remember, 3D objects, desktop, documents, downloads, videos, pictures, music. Each default, these are all system defined. You did not create these things. Similarly, these system defined folders are useful to organize some files. Similarly, if I install Linux or Unix, some default folders are available. Under that default folders, what is there? See, Windows operating system file structure is a tree structure, whereas Linux operating system file structure is a collection of tree structures. All are mounted with root. So I will show you that part. I want to show you that part. Let it start. Okay, now we are discussing about file system structure. What is the name of Linux file system structure? The name is hierarchical structure. What is a hierarchical structure? Like parent and child relations. Parent and child. This is a root. It's a parent. Under this, you have multiple childs. These are the default built-in directories. Built-in directory. Directory is nothing but folder. Home, it contains a home directory info for the logged in user. Bin, it contains .exe files, user related executable files. It contains libraries, dev, device files, sbin, system related binary, etc, configuration files it will contain, USR, user files, TMP, temporary files, MNT, mounted files, OPT, optional files, or it contains applications installed on Unix OS or Linux OS, where variable output files. Okay, so each and every point I touched here, let me show you that. What are the built-in directories? So let me submit password. Don't worry about how to install and how to log in, log out. Everything I will explain. Don't worry. So before explaining about how to install and how to connect, how to switch into CUI to GUI, GUI to CUI, you need the softwares first. So if you need the softwares, first of all, enroll with this online team, contact online team. They will, if they confirm the list of students, then I will provide the links to download all these things. Okay, don't have time to Take notes, no problem. You don't need to take notes. Why? Because every day I will forward the document also. Don't worry about copying notes. And here, let me open the terminal. So what is the default directory? What is the default directory? Okay, see, pwd. This is the default where your home Ubuntu. Have you created? Every day we are discussing, shall we created any directory till now? We did not created any directory. Okay, but still it is available means it is defined by system. It is defined by system. Okay, cd dot dot. Who is the parent of Ubuntu? Home. It is also not created by me. Under home, I didn't get you, Indrajit.
No, you
Why?
told, yeah, you said some
Uh,
leave on that. So any group chat is open for that? I'm not seeing any chat conversation.
no, no, no. Are you seeing the screen or not?
Yeah, that's fine. It's in the screen. So I think any
Okay.
chat's going. That's why. Yeah.
This is not a chart. So I'm working with the Linux, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is not a chart. Just I'm executing commands. It is giving the response. Okay. So
Okay.
then next again, let me move into parent again. Who is the parent of home? See here. All commands executed by me only. Slash. What is slash? Root directory? Just now I told you under root directory you can see this type of directories. These are all called as built-in directories. Built-in or system defined directories available under root. Each system defined directory is useful for holding one category of files. Now see, what is the working directory right now? Slash. Under slash, who are they? See, bin, dev, mnd, root, snap, tmp, usr, var, sbin, opt, home, etc, boot. I hope you have some matches from this document. Home, bin, lib, usr, temp, so on so. Yeah, home. Yes, we have home here. Lib, bin, dev, opt, var, sbin. Okay, so these are the default directories. Each directory contains a category of files. These directories are useful to organize system-defined directories. Okay, and here I am giving each and every directory purpose. Scheduled files information, optional means installed applications, attached files, temporary files, user created files, configuration files held by etc, system related binary, device files, library files, user related binary. Okay, so this is about file system structure, and in the next session we will see how to log in, how to log out, and what are the general commands. Okay, so that's all for today. Rest of the part we will continue tomorrow. I will upload everyday video, don't worry about it. And here Somebody asked me, is it possible to explain how to increase the file system space in this course? It will done by admin actually. File system spaces will be increased. It would be done by admin only. Actually, I am not explaining. To be frank, openly, there is only admin related work I will cover is how to create user account, how to delete user account, and if any permission need the normal user, how to provide it. That's it only. Yeah, that's all for today. So see, yeah, I will share the documents also. Hold on one moment, all of you. See, here I am giving my mail ID. In the chat window, I am giving my mail ID. Please drop a mail to me, whatever you require. All of you, please copy my mail ID, dineshp.ora@gmail.com. Please copy my mail ID, all of you. If you need any further information, please drop a mail to me. No, I send it. Okay, Neeraj, I am sending it to you separately. dineshp.ora@gmail.com. Neeraj, I think you got. Yeah. Yes, you can join. Indrajit, you can join.
Okay, actually, I'm Pune. That's why I'm to join online classes after this demo classes. So that's great.
Come again. Who is this? Come again. Indrajit?
Yeah, actually,
Yes,
I'm Pune
yes.
local. So I need to
Okay.
join online classes
Okay.
after all demo classes. So it's good for me. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
no problem. You can continue with this.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And I hope everybody copied my mail ID. Yes, Christopher. Didn't get you. Yeah. So Christopher, please drop a mail to me regarding course content. I will send the course content to you. Accordingly, you can. Yeah, we will install software. First, let me receive the confirmation from online team of Durgasoft. So with that, it will not take more number of days. Just it will take 2 more days only. Yeah. If anybody needs further information, please drop a mail to me so that I will contact you. Thank you, all of you. Yeah, 25 days installing this duration of the course. And remember, we are installing Ubuntu Linux, not Red Hat. We are not working on Red Hat. Without license, we are unable to install, but there are some other chances are there, like cracked versions are available in the online.
Okay.
So you can install that.
So how can you install that correct version? Any guidelines for that?
Means in that cracked version you have license or license key also available. I don't
Okay.
know where it is available. Why? Because I don't use that cracked versions.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So Red Hat is okay, but some type of shortcuts not compatible with my explanations.
Okay.
Shortcuts like how can I switch into CUI to GUI? How can I switch from one user to another user? How to open terminal window? For that, some shortcut commands are there. They are not working with Red Hat. Only they will work with my Ubuntu only.
Can Red Hat and Ubuntu all scripting are same?
Come again,
Correct.
Red Hat and Ubuntu.
All
Scripting is same.
scripting are same, no?
Scripting
Okay.
is same. Yes, same. And Sheikh Ashish, genuine Ubuntu I am providing you. Anybody can download it.
Also, any difference
Ubuntu
between Ubuntu
is
and Red Hat? Like maybe to the
yeah, yeah. Look and feel is different.
okay, only
Look
the
and feel is different.
okay, okay.
Yeah. See, in Ubuntu, in the left line, left
Hmm.
side, we are seeing some icons, menu icons. But in Red Hat, we will see in the top line. Are you seeing
Okay.
the Windows taskbar, bottom line taskbar?
Yes. Hmm.
Like that in Red Hat, we can see top line.
Okay, only graphical user interface is different. Apart from that, all are
Remaining everything is same.
okay.
Command user interface means we don't see any icons,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, so always black. We have to submit commands.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
all for today. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for your cooperation. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah, yeah. Bye.